Finally, the day's arrived. Apple's released their brand new iPhone 15 phones, as well as the brand new Apple Watch Ultra 2. And I hope everybody's doing well, and I hope you were able to secure your watch if you wanted to get one. And if you weren't able to, I hope you get it really soon. Today we're going to be doing the unboxing of the Ultra 2, and we're also going to do a comparison between the Ultra 2 and the regular Apple Watch Ultra. And by the end of this video, you'll know which one's right for you. Now you're definitely going to want to stick around to the end of the video because we will be checking out the Ultra 2 underneath a microscope along with the Ultra to see if we can tell the difference between 95% recycled titanium and virgin titanium. So let's get started. So it's pretty much the same presentation as we saw last year for the Ultra 1. Very cool little booklet. There's our watch. And I also got the trail loop band. It's pretty nice. So there is the band. It feels nice and soft, and it's got the metal ends here. Here is our watch. Here's our charging cable. Looks exactly like it did last year. It's got the braided cable and the USB Type-C. And the really nice thing now is you can use your iPhone 15 Pro Max to charge up your Apple Watch. And here is the cable. It's got the same metallic bottom as last year. Nice braided cable. And the USB Type-C. And that's it for the box. And there is our Apple Watch. Looks pretty much exactly like it did last year. As a matter of fact, here we have the Apple Watch Ultra 1. Can you tell the difference? It's exactly the same. Even the bottom of the case is exactly the same. It doesn't even say Apple Watch Ultra 2, it just says Watch Ultra. So really, all your cases and all your bands, your screen protectors, should work exactly the same on the Apple Watch Ultra 2. And to test that out, I have a case that is made for the Apple Watch Ultra. We'll put it on the Ultra 2 and see how well it fits. It fits perfectly. The Ultra 2 has exactly the same body as the Ultra 1. They just repackaged it. So again, if you do happen to have accessories that you're using for the Ultra, you can now use for the Ultra 2. And there it is with the Alpine loop on. Fits really nice. It is nice and soft. Feels really nice on my wrist as well. So now let's go over some differences between the Apple Watch Ultra 2 and the regular Ultra. Now right off the bat, you can already see that they are exactly the same as far as the design goes. Like I said before, all your bands, your cases, screen protectors will work exactly the same that they did on the Ultra as on the Ultra 2, so that's not going to change. They also both have the same GPS chips, and they both use the same pulse sensor on the bottom as well. So all that is exactly the same. Now as far as the differences goes between the Ultra 2 and the 1, the Ultra 2 has an S9 SIP chip, and that chip is going to allow you to use those double tap touch gestures and use Siri all on device instead of using connectivity for those features. The Ultra 2 is also made, again, of 95% recycled titanium, whereas the Ultra 1 was pure virgin titanium. Now, one of the big differences between the Ultra 2 and the Ultra is the fact that the Ultra 2 can do a max of 3000 nits, whereas the Ultra 1 can only do 2000 nits brightness max. Now, the minimum brightness has also changed, whereas the Ultra 2 can do a minimum of 1 nit, and the Ultra can do only 2 nits. And like I said before, because of that S9 chip on the Ultra 2, Siri is now all on device, whereas the Ultra needs connectivity to be able to use Siri. Another new addition is the fact that the Ultra 2 now has a second gen ultra wideband chip that allows you to locate your iPhone using your watch. The Ultra 2 also has up to 72 hours of use on low mode, whereas the Ultra could only do up to 60 hours on low mode. Again, the Ultra 2 can use those tap gestures, whereas the Ultra 1 has to use accessibility to use those touch gestures. The Ultra 2 also has 64 gigs of internal storage, and the Ultra 1 only has 32. So here are both the Apple Watch Ultra 2 and the Ultra. As you can see, both brightnesses are both up at the same level. You really can't tell a difference just by looking at them like this, but let's turn on the flashlight. So now I can definitely tell a difference from where I'm sitting. The Ultra 2 is definitely brighter than the Ultra 1, and they are both up to their max brightness. You guys, I don't think can really tell a difference too much because of my camera. But if we take a look at the watches at this angle, you can kind of see that the Ultra is a little dimmer than the Ultra 2. But in day-to-day use, you probably won't even notice the difference between the two brightnesses. So now we're going to try Siri on the Ultra 2 without any internet connection. As you can see here, I don't have cellular and I don't have Wi-Fi, and there's no connection to my phone either by Bluetooth. I also have everything disconnected on my Ultra as well, and we'll see what Siri does without an internet connection on the Ultra. So first, let's try the Ultra. As you can see, Siri won't even come up because there's no internet connection. Now let's try the Ultra 2. Tell me a joke. So as you can see, because of that S9 SIP chip, you can now use Siri offline, whereas the Ultra cannot. Now let's take a look at the Ultra 2 and the Ultra under a microscope to see if we could see any differences in the titanium structure. So looking at these two watches underneath the microscope, I thought for sure that I was going to see some sort of a difference because of the recycled material, but as you can see, there's absolutely no difference at all. So if you are worried about getting some inferior material because it was recycled, don't, because it's not an issue. So as you saw, there really wasn't a huge difference between the Ultra and the Ultra 2, other than a little bit more storage, some extra brightness, and a new chip. If it were me, I would definitely not upgrade if I already owned an Ultra 1. Now, if you can find the Ultra 1 at a really good price, I would probably tell you just get the Ultra 1 and wait till next year to get maybe the Ultra 3. But if there's only about a $30 difference between the two, and you don't already own an Ultra 1, I would definitely tell you just get the 2. But that's it for the unboxing and some of the differences between the two Ultras. If you guys enjoyed the video, it would really help out the channel if you gave me a thumbs up and consider subscribing. Thank you all for watching. I hope you have a great day, and I'll see you in the next one.